Okay, over the past few weeks, you've heard Courtney and I talk about taking Pilates classes at Energy Fitness, and we've talked the owner, Stephanie Hanson, our friend, now into becoming the broadcast fitness expert. And
which we are so excited about.
Yes, so she's joining us now to help everybody get started. And honestly, we've been talking about it on the show. The Pilates classes have completely changed my life, and I'm not exaggerating. I've had lower back pain like for years, and remember the first time that I did the one exercise and my lower back just went pop, 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 and I'm like a changed woman. Yeah, but not just that, it helps with all the littler muscles and gives you kind of this lean look to your muscles, right?
Yeah. So
I love it.
You know what's really exciting is, aside from the Pilates and the strength training that you and your team at Energy Fitness have put us through, you've also taught us a lot about how our heart rate affects everything, and how just moving, you know, we get here, you know, fairly early, and we're moving around, you know, pretty quick in between segments, and that if that we can burn a lot of calories and keep our heart rate up, that all ties in together through, you know, losing weight and shedding pounds. And so what you've done is we're all wearing these bands now, and you've kind of come here to show us and teach us about these MyZone bands, and you've brought this little screen. So kind of walk us through what we're doing and what all these numbers mean.
Okay, well, to start, your heart rate is like the engine for your body. Like you have an engine in your car and you have a speedometer. Well, our heart's engine for our body, and then this heart rate monitor is like our speedometer. So when you're working out, you don't really know how hard you're working out or how efficient you're working out without gauging your heart. So I'm a big believer in wearing heart rate monitors.
All day long, from like sun up to sundown?
Well, this is a fun thing for us. Yeah. But I mean, we do this because it's fun.
At least when you're working out.
Absolutely when you're working out. Always when you're working out. You know, you hear people say, oh, I got so nauseous, I worked out so hard. That's not good. That's not good. That means you worked out too hard, you stayed anaerobic for too long. So if you're getting nauseous, wear a heart rate monitor, engage it, bring it down, because you're not going to get the benefits. You're going to do more harm than good.
I think it's so good to wear one when you're working with a trainer too, because like yesterday when we were in, you were looking up at the board and going, Lisa, you got to work a little harder.
Yeah,
and then I get my heart rate up, and then you say, okay, you know, bring it down a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have somebody to kind of keep track of it for you too.
Right.
Now, kind of explain. So, Stuart, I just put mine on, my monitor on, my heart rate monitor. So it says that I'm practically dead. That I haven't burned any calories. But Stuart's you've had yours on since you woke up this morning, right?
Correct, yeah. I've had mine on all day.
And he's been up since what time? 5 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
And you've already burned 641 calories.
That's because he's a boy.
Yeah.
So let me just tell you this. Men just burn more calories than women do.
They have more muscle mass.
Right.
And the more muscle mass you have, the more calories you can burn on a daily basis for sure.
So why is it important for us? Like mine's red right now, and now Stuart is. What does the red versus the yellow versus all these colors mean?
Okay, well, if the red right now means like you're too low. Either you're too low or you're too high. But this is thinking that you're working out. So they're like, okay, if you're working out, like you need to pump it up. The yellow means you're in a great zone. Green's like the perfect zone for fat burning. And then yellow means you're starting to get a little high, watch it, and then red stop. Either go higher or pick it up.
Okay. And then, I mean, how accurate are these on calories? And like, They're
pretty accurate because these are all registered for your specific body, your height, your weight, everything for you. But one thing I also want to say about heart rate that's very important, like you can see how high mine is compared to y'all's. This just shows like daily life, like if you're stressed out or like if you're at a red light, it just, you know, you get stressed out and someone's in, you know, you're in a hurry. That's not good. Like you don't want to be always really elevated high.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a good indicator also too if people are having like heart problems, you know, if they're working out. Because they might not think they're doing much and their heart's like pounding out of their chest. I'm like, tone it down. You've got to tone it down, and we've got to figure out ways to de-stress your life.
So this is such a great tool to be able to use, and then it'll email you results too. So you can kind of keep track of everything.
Yes, and then you're set up with an account online, so you can go online and figure out all your workouts you've done, and it gives you like reports and charts and how many calories you burned over the course, and it's really just a great tool.
That's so great.
I love this.
You can get these at Energy Fitness, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And I feel like this is really going to help us jumpstart into like eating better. And I burned so many calories, so how many calories should I be eating today versus on the weekends or the days that I don't work out?
Absolutely.
I know
it's been really interesting to be working out and see what gets me up to that heart rate, and then what I need to do to back it off.
Right, because different things work for different people. Some people can row and it does nothing. Some people can lift weight, you know. So.
Right.
It's just
love
a
it.
great tool. And now we're going to start playing games too, challenges.
Okay,
I
good.
can't wait.
And we will have our
Y'all are
monitors
going
on the whole
down.
time.
Yeah, I know. I tweeted
Thanks,
this yesterday.
Stuart.
Stephanie texted me yesterday before we went to the gym. She goes, "I have a fun day planned at the gym yesterday," and I'm like, "That's a trainer's passive aggressive way of saying you're about to get your butt kicked,
For
isn't it?"
more fitness advice and to get more about energy fitness, you can go to dthebroadcast.tv, click on today's links, and then next Wednesday, Stephanie will be talking about exercises you can do with your friends while celebrating the 4th of July. That's right, you don't just sit around
Lifting a
and
cocktail.
drink and eat barbecue. There's ways to stay fit and have
part of
fun
it.
doing it, right?